There's only one thing stopping you from running your own successful dropshipping and e-commerce store. And it's not because you're not smart enough, it's not because you're lazy, it's because you haven't been following the proven methods that actually work. I've been dropshipping for almost 5 years now, running multiple 7-figure businesses, and so much has changed since 2018. You've probably been trying and following methods that just have not been working in 2023. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to start up your dropshipping store today. This is a no BS guide, no gatekeeping, we're gonna get straight into the point. Please follow this step by step and don't skip anything because every piece is very crucial in your success. But first, if you're looking to start a Shopify store, I do have a partnership with Shopify directly. So if you wanna start your store for just $1 per month for the first 3 months, I'll have a link down below in the description. I don't know how long it's going on for, so make sure you take advantage of it. All right, sit down, grab your laptop, grab a water, because we're gonna be doing this step by step. We're skipping nothing. First thing that we wanna do is go on Shopify.com, right? That's where we're gonna start our store. We're gonna go ahead and hit start a free trial. And again, you can use the code down below if you wanna get $1 for the first 3 months. Let's just skip their questionnaire here for the sake of time. I wanna start an online store, dropshipping products. The store name does not necessarily matter too much because this is what's gonna be actually shown on the back end in the name of your store on your Shopify account. It's not gonna be the domain that people see. You're gonna register a different domain. So don't worry about it too much. It can really kind of be anything. We're gonna do Austin Ravens Store 2023. And we'll switch that name later with a different domain. Our business will be located in the US. Cool, we're gonna continue with email, make up obviously whatever password you want, create Shopify ID. Also, feel free to pause and catch up and do the things that I'm doing in this as I'm walking you through it, and then play the video and just kind of do it side by side. It's probably the easiest. That's how I actually learned when I first started. Okay, your trial just started. We're in the account now, and we don't need to select a plan yet, but later on we're gonna have to actually launch your store. I'm gonna walk you through the settings first. These are very important. A lot of people don't even talk about the settings when they're talking about setting up their stores or building a dropshipping guide for you on YouTube. But they're very important because there are a lot of different settings in here that you can change and it can impact your store in different ways. I'm gonna cover them all as fast as I can and give you as much information as I think that you need. Profile, we're gonna obviously want to add your phone number, your store contact email, and sender email. You do wanna keep in mind that the store contact email is what people can see that are purchasing from your website. So if you have your business email separate than your store email, you're gonna wanna switch that. So make sure of that. Billing information, this is where you're gonna put your country that you're located, the currency that you're selling in, your time zone, and order ID format. This doesn't really matter. I always just started off at 1001, 1002, so I leave it blank. Okay, going on to plan. There are 3 different plans that you can choose on Shopify. All of them are $1 per month for the first 3 months if you use my code, but there's basic, Shopify, and advanced. I totally recommend everyone go into basic at first until you start making consistent orders. You have to do the math and make sure if it makes sense for you. You would do that by multiplying the percentage that you get as a discount for the transaction fees times how many orders that you get in the selling price for your orders to figure out if the Shopify regular plan is worth it for you or even the advanced plan. And obviously there are other features, like the basic plan has 2 staff members. You can have 2 people working on it. The basic is 5 staff members and the advanced is 15 up to, and all these extra things, right? I do really like the basic or the regular Shopify plan because it has professional reports too that you don't really get access to with the basic plan. So keep that in mind. Again, that's only something that you're gonna wanna be looking into really when you're scaling because there are other ways to look at reports that this provides you, like Google Analytics, which I'll talk about later. So for the beginning, if you're just starting off, I totally recommend doing basic. All right, users and permissions, super simple, straightforward. If you want to add staff accounts, if you need people to work on your store or help you with things, this is where you do it. Payments, pretty important. There are a couple different ways to accept payments. One is Shopify payments. That's like all major credit card processing systems, and Shopify will process them for you for a fee. I highly recommend you activate Shopify payments. It's the most normal payment method. You pretty much have to have it. Unless you're in a country that doesn't provide it, then you have to use a third-party app, which they'll actually give you options for on your Shopify account. I think this is a perfect time to thank today's sponsor of the video. Whether you're just starting off a store or scaling your store, you need fulfillment, you need to find products, and AutoDS has all of this. AutoDS is one of the best e-commerce tools out there. If you are a beginner, you can go on the AutoDS marketplace and search for a winning product like all the ones that they have available here. Let's just say you found your winning product on AutoDS and now you need to fulfill your orders. Fulfilling orders, especially if you've got a ton of them, can take a lot of time. But one of the best features about AutoDS is that they have the auto fulfillment system. All you have to do is go into your settings here. You're gonna click on buyer accounts. You're gonna hit add account, plug in all of your information, your payment method, and then link your supplier. You can set a daily order limit here, but I like to do auto order and then hit add. Now, once this is all set up, AutoDS will automatically fulfill all of your orders from the previous day. This gives you so much time back to scale and work on your business. Another fantastic feature that I love that AutoDS has is automatic price adjustment. You go back into your settings, you click on automations, hit add automation, click on sales-based pricing. Now here on this setting, you can set limits to automatically raise or decrease the price based on sales. A lot of people wonder, should I sell it for $34? Should I sell it for $40? This will automatically test it for you and figure out that best price for you. There are so many great features that AutoDS has, but if you want to try it free for 30 days, I'll have a link down below in the description. Make sure to give it a try, and let's get back to the video. Also, you're gonna wanna activate Shopify Pay. So that is an option where you can activate it on Shopify, and it's basically an accelerated checkout, kind of like an Apple Pay. But Shopify payments does include Apple Pay. It includes Google Pay, Shop Pay, and then regular credit card payments and processing. Another one that I always have in all of my stores is PayPal. A lot of people check out with PayPal. I think I'm anywhere from 30 to 40% of people check out with PayPal. And if they didn't have that, maybe they wouldn't have purchased, right? So I do wanna give you a quick little tip. This can go into a lot of depth, but if you have too many payment processors, each one's ran through an API, which basically just connects the payment processor to your store. It's stuff you don't really need to know, but it slows down your store and it slows down your checkout speed. So don't have unlimited payment processors and just sign up for all of them, because it's gonna make your checkout really, really slow. Recommend having Shopify Pay and PayPal. Those are the two important ones that I think you need to have. Now going into checkout, there's actually a couple important things on here that you need to check off the list. Customer contact method. For this, I usually put email, but phone number or email is going to be fine. But email's better because you're gonna collect their email, you're gonna be able to send them emails about their order. Otherwise it can get really messy, so I would recommend doing email as a must. Show a link to download the Shopify app, that's fine. Require the customer to log into their account, not needed. Require first and last name. That's very important, especially if you're drop shipping, because when you're submitting orders to whatever your agent is, maybe it's through AliExpress, Zendrop, or wherever, they require a first and last name to ship the order. If you only require the last name, you're not gonna be able to ship the order, and then you're gonna have to make one up on every single order you get, or ask the customer. So require first and last name, make sure you do that. Company name you don't need to include. Address line 2, optional. Shipping address, phone number, I put as required. No tipping needed at checkout. Yes, leave these two checked off for auto completion. After the order has been placed, don't fulfill any of them. You don't want to auto fulfill it because it's going to give the customer the notification that you shipped out the order and fulfilled it, even though you might not have, right? Marketing options. This is tricky, but it's really helpful. So email, I like to do pre-selected. You need to look up your local country laws if you are allowed to pre-select the email. And what it does is when they're signing up on their email and plugging it in, it'll already have it checked off to say, sign me up for newsletters and promotional content from your website. Again, check your local laws to see if you can have that pre-selected or not. Additional scripts you don't have to worry about. Check out language in English, hit save. Now we're gonna go into the next one, which is customer accounts. We didn't set up customer accounts, so it does not matter. Leave this blank. Shipping and delivery. This is actually pretty important. You need to set up shipping rates to wherever you want to ship, right? If you want to ship worldwide, you have to set them up for worldwide. If you want to have it only available to the United States, that's where you do this here. International, etc., right? So I'll do a really simple method here. Let's do create zone, and then we're going to do the top countries that I normally target with advertising. I do recommend having shipping available to every country that you can possibly ship to, just in case you're advertising to X countries, but someone from a different country comes in and purchases something. You still want to be able to ship it to them. But for this example, we're going to do the top 5. We'll add Australia, Canada in there, United States, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. Those are the top 5 countries that I like to target the most with paid traffic. You click add rate here once you set up the countries that you specifically want to target. Rate name, free shipping. That's it. And we're gonna say the shipping time. Let's say you get shipping time of 1 week. We're gonna do 5 business days. You should label this based on what your supplier is able to provide. It's just gonna help a lot with letting people know the exact shipping times. I like to do free shipping. It creates less friction when people are checking out, so we'll hit done, and then boom, it's set up, right? There's no conditions, so it's every item. I'm just showing you how to set this up. You might have to adjust this based on shipping times that you get to Canada versus the United States, or pricing that you want to charge extra to Canada versus the United States. but this is how you do it, and this is where you set up the shipping. Now the next setting is taxes and duties. I can't even talk about taxes, so I recommend reaching out to a tax professional. I'm not allowed to give advice on it, but just know if you are making money in any form in most countries, you gotta pay taxes. So just figure that out. Location of your store, United States, you can put your address in there too if you want to, or if you've got a physical address. If you have your own warehouse, then you can also put that in there, and you can have shipments come from there and link it up basically with inventory and stuff like that. But if you're drop shipping, does not matter. Gift cards never expire. I've never used gift cards on any of my stores, so it doesn't matter. Markets, leave this here. You just leave it. Primary market is the United States. Apps and sales channels, we'll talk about those later. Domains is where you're gonna buy and connect your domain. Like you can see the one here is a My Shopify domain. You don't want people to see that. You want to have your own custom domain. I don't even know what product I'm selling yet, so we'll come back to the domain. We're gonna base it on whatever product we're selling and the logo of the brand. We'll come back to this, but all you do is type in the domain. Let's just say we wanted like a dog treat bowl. If you already know what you want to sell and change your domain name to, then this is where you do it. You click buy a new domain. I cannot say domain for some reason right now. Puppy love bowls. Let's just say you're selling that stuff. And then you check here, most popular, puppylovebowls.com is available for $15 a year. You click buy, you sign up and log in through the email that they send you. And you have to like put your name and business address, and then you're good to go. That's how you do that. We'll come back to that. Customer events, these are where you're gonna add your pixels. There are a couple different ways to add your pixels. You can do it through Shopify app, like a Facebook app that you add on Shopify and connect your account and add your pixel there. You can do it manually through this, and then there's another way that I can talk about later. But if you don't know what a pixel is, it's basically whatever platform that you're running paid traffic on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, they all have pixels, and it's lines of code that record traffic on your website. It helps the ad platforms attribute the data correctly. So if someone clicks on the ad, they go on your website and add to cart and they make a purchase, it sends that information back to the ad campaign and records it properly. Those are what pixels are for. Very, very important, especially if you're running paid traffic. So don't skip over that, but we'll come back to that as well. Brand, this is where you can do like custom coloring and stuff. You don't really need to do this because I like to design it on my own. Notifications, pretty important here if you want to update like your shipping notifications that you get out to customers. You can do this here. So you can do fulfillment request, shipping confirmation, shipping update. So you can put in like ways to track your order and they'll get these notifications automatically. But if you want to customize them, it's all right here. Custom data, meta fields and stuff. This has to do a little bit with SEO and some other things and back-end stuff. Don't really have to worry about it, especially as a beginner. Just focus on building your store. Languages, you can add different languages and translate them, whatever your primary language is, if you're advertising in different markets. Policies. So for the policies, kind of important actually too. Refund policy, privacy policy, terms of service, and a lot of these you actually have to have, especially when you're doing paid traffic. Sometimes they won't actually approve your website or ad if you don't have these things. Shopify makes it really easy. So you just hit create from template and it populates this. You just have to change everything that they have in brackets pretty much, like your return address. It already will populate your email for you, whichever one is assigned to your store email. I just use the templates. They've never done anything wrong for me. The only thing that I've changed is the shipping policy one as well as the refunds one. For shipping policy, they leave this and don't really have a template for you because it's up to you, right? And how fast you can ship the items, what they're gonna be shipped through, what kind of method. That's where you'd have to manually type this in. And then refunds, it's obviously whatever that you'd want to do. If you want to accept refunds, yes. If you don't, no, that's fine. But just know that you have to put that in your refund policy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit save. That is all of the settings that you kind of have to worry about. I hope I gave you a good overview of the important parts and which things you should actually look into and change. Now let's move on to actually building out the store. All right, so we haven't even picked the product yet. We're gonna do that live here actually now. Let's go ahead and add an app here. We're gonna be adding de-essers. De-essers took over Oberlo. You've probably heard of that before. Oberlo was a fulfillment place. You could upload products, edit them. So de-essers is the same thing now. We're gonna go ahead and hit install app and we're gonna have to create an account. So I'll do that really quickly. We're gonna do the free account because it's not necessary to even pay for one. I'm just using de-essers to import products, honestly. You can link it to AliExpress. So minimize this. Now we're gonna pick a product because this is how we're gonna upload the product into our store. And it doesn't really matter. This is for the sake of an example. Let's pick one that I think is gonna have a cool kind of colorway and I could make a good vibe of the store and make it look branded. All right, for the sake of the example, we're gonna use a product that we've already talked about before because it's familiar and it's the only thing I could think of right off the bat. So we're gonna do this electric Tesla coil speaker. And so what we're gonna do is add to import list, and then you're gonna click go to import list and it'll show the product here. And we're gonna do push to Shopify. Pricing rule, continue selling when out of stock. You can do this. You just have to work that with your supplier about the stock and inventory levels. You can uncheck the pricing rule. Let's just manually do it on Shopify. Then you click push to Shopify. And now our product is on Shopify, probably. Let's see. Yep. So we got it here on products. So we're going to change the name of this product. There are some settings on your store that are basically the description of your product in the product description here that show up on your landing page. And then there's also some things in the theme setting that you need to change to optimize it and make it look really branded. First thing we're going to go over is changing up the product description and title. So for now, we might come back to this, but I'm going to make it very simple. We're going back to the Zap music box. We're gonna remove all of this for now. We'll come back to this product page if we need to in the design of the store, but for now I'm gonna cover a couple of the things that are more important. Like the color, these are where the variants are. So you can change the colors, or you can say where it ships from. Definitely don't wanna say where it ships from, so I'm gonna delete this variant and the color. There's only one color, so we're gonna delete actually both variants because there's only one option. But if you've got multiple, that's where you add colors, and that's when they can get like the drop down and select what kind of color that they want of your product. And then you go into the pricing here, and we can sell this for $69.99, compare at price. So this will show a little slash through the price and say it's on sale for X amount. Sure, we'll do, it used to be $100 and now it's $70. You can charge taxes here if you need to. Track quantity, continue selling when out of stock. These are the ones that are available based on that supplier. Weight of the product. This is for shipping if you need to provide the weight, or if you're shipping it yourself and you want to calculate it, or buy a label through Shopify if you've got your own stock. Other than that, we're gonna hit save, and we will come back to this because we need to adjust the description most likely. Okay, so we've got the product. I kind of know what kind of website we're gonna be making. We'll leave this for now, and we're gonna come back into this later. We're gonna go into the online store and go into the theme editor and start designing our website. We're gonna be designing this on a free Shopify theme. I don't wanna do a paid theme because if people can't, pay or afford to buy their Shopify themes, the free themes are just fantastic and they're fine to work with. So I like using the Sense one. I also like the Dawn in certain scenarios, but for more of a one product style store, honestly, I think Origin is gonna be a pretty good one for this. We're gonna build this one on Origin. Honestly, they all are pretty similar. Some are just optimized more for one product versus like a catalog, like a clothing store brand. But we're gonna go with Origin. I think it looks nice with one product stores. So it's gonna install the theme here. You need to know the difference between customize and publish. So this is your theme library. This is the one that's currently running, it's Dawn. We have not edited it at all, but you need to know that if you're working on one in the back end, I would recommend doing it in the theme library and then publishing after when you're ready, so you don't screw up your theme and mess something up and it doesn't work anymore. But we added it to the library. We're gonna go ahead and hit customize here and start working on it. First things first, we're gonna need to do a logo, right? So let's go on Canva. Canva's great to make logos, great to make product descriptions and templates and assets for your brand. So we're gonna be using this actually the whole time. All right, gonna go ahead and hit create a design. We're gonna do for custom size, because it's a logo, 450 width and 250 pixels of height. Let's see if that is gonna work and look nice on our Shopify site. So we got this Zap music box, right? And we're gonna need a logo for it. So let's go into text, add a heading here. And the title of the website, I guess, let's pretend it's just Zap Music, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly design the logo and upload it into the website. Okay, I'm gonna download this as a transparent background and see how this actually looks once we put it into our website. We're also gonna wanna change this to mobile view because most of our traffic is going to come on mobile. Go into the theme settings here, hit logo, select image. We're gonna drop it in. I think it's a fine size. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit save, leave the logo in there, and then we gotta edit the rest of the stuff. So the homepage is not as important as one might think, because most of the time, especially if you're running a one product store, a lot of the traffic is gonna be sent onto the landing page and not the homepage. But you still wanna have a nice homepage nonetheless. Let's go ahead and create one real fast. Okay, quick little update. I changed a couple different things. We're not done yet, but so what I added was I changed this and removed the header that was already there. I put the image with text. We're gonna find an image that fits nicely here. I put the product template here, or it's the featured product on the homepage, collapsible content, and I added our reviews, our shipping policy, and our missions. So we're gonna want to actually change this from obviously collapsible content to what Zap Music is all about. Go ahead and hit save. We're not done with this yet. I just want to show you the couple updates that I made. I didn't want to bore you while walking through all of them, but I do want to start changing some of the coloring on this website. I don't like the background color, honestly, of this creamish. We're gonna have to go into the theme settings here on the left, hit colors, background 1. We're gonna go with white. Actually, I just think white, black, and then purple will be the accent color. I just think it looks the cleanest. So we'll hit save. And for the accent color, let's do the buttons. Let's change that. So where are the buttons? Outline button. That's the purple we're gonna use. Here are the reviews, featured product. And here I was just gonna add an image and then also just a quick overview of what Zap Music is about. I'll make it up really fast. Actually, let's let ChatGPT actually make it up for us. So if you haven't used ChatGPT, then you're probably living under a rock, but I just had it write me this nice little definition here. I'm not even gonna read it because there's no point in the homepage. Obviously, you can adjust it as much as you want and write exactly whatever you want there. But let's make this medium, I think. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. And now for the image. That we're gonna have to make in Canva, so I'll do that really fast and we'll fast forward. So I just threw in a quick little transparent image there. We're gonna change the announcement up here to, instead of welcome to our store, to say something that a little bit more enticing, like free shipping on all orders. Go ahead and hit save. And we're gonna go back and change obviously some of the product photos, make it a little bit better. But this is all you really need for like a homepage for now. You can do a little bit more custom branding type of stuff here and add reviews in here, add your shipping policy and our mission, and just link it to the text and the reviews that you can throw onto your website. We'll have the email list here. But other than that, the homepage is looking fine because again, we're gonna send most of our traffic to the landing page. That's where we're gonna spend most of the time and focus on. So let's build out this product page to make it look as converting as possible. So let's first clean up a little bit of the product page here. Don't really need this text. It's kind of like where your brand is or the vendor. I like to remove this. I just think it's a little bit cleaner if you've got the Zap Music box and the title followed by the price. Gonna leave the quantity selector here. You've got the buy now button. Might change that color a little bit later. I don't know if I like that pink too much. I think I'm gonna change some of these images. I don't really like them. I think there are better ones out online that I can find. Okay, so those are the pictures that we're gonna be using. For the product description, you can put a long product description here. You can put like custom images and things. I'm actually gonna embed a TikTok because I think that looks really nice, especially if you're running TikTok traffic onto your landing page. So they, right when they click on your landing page, say they're coming from TikTok, they're gonna see another TikTok, maybe the one that they even saw, and it's gonna be even more engaging of a landing page, more stimulating than if it were to just go onto a very static landing page. So let's pull it and embed it, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So we're gonna use this video right here and embed it. I do recommend if you're embedding a TikTok video, having your own TikTok account and embedding your own video, because then people can click on it and it'll get you more views and help pump your videos, especially if you're running organic traffic. But for the sake of this example and building this website, we're gonna embed this one. All you do is click embed code and then you click copy. We're gonna take it over to our store. Then you're gonna go to insert video, hit paste, hit save. Let's go ahead and refresh it and see if it shows up correctly, because sometimes you have to do this a few times. Sometimes it just doesn't embed correctly, but it looks like it did here. So it's auto gonna play this TikTok. So that's the first thing they see. Now we change the image of this. I like the way this looks. Let's see, section padding. I think I'm gonna remove the top padding a little bit. So padding is how much space is in between the sections, right? So I removed it and I'm gonna remove bottom padding. I just think it looks a lot cleaner and a lot of wasted space is taken up by padding. Logo's looking good, matching colors nicely with this electronic or this lightning here. Product description and then buy it now. I want to actually move the buy it now above the product description here because I don't want that TikTok to be above the buy it now button. I kind of want them to be like same level. I like this a lot better. You want your buy it now button to be above the fold, so you don't want to have it like scroll all the way down or super far down to click the buy it now button. You want them to be able to check out as quick as possible. What I like to do, instead of adding a bunch of product description, I'll usually embed like a TikTok like this in my product page so it looks like this right away, which is really nice. Have the buy it now up here. Where I actually do a lot of the product description is then in Canva. So I came up with this Canva template here that I used on my other website at Zap Music. And that's where I kind of put more of like the description, and it's some icons in there like safe to touch, easy to set up, fast shipping, electrify your music. And then we can remove this. And we can remove the banner here, and the buttons are not necessarily needed. Subscribe to our newsletter, and then we're gonna hit save. So the landing page is actually coming along fairly nicely for how quick we're doing this. I think there's a couple things that we could change, maybe the text. I don't know if that exactly matches the theme. So we're gonna go into your theme settings here, click on typography. We're gonna change this one. I actually don't mind this one. April Fat Face. I think that kind of matches the vibe of like the speaker. We're gonna have to change all of them because I want them to match. I don't want it to just stand out. Okay, and so another thing that I like to change just to save that space, which I was talking about earlier above the fold, for the mobile layout, instead of showing the thumbnails and having the pictures there, I like to hide them. It just saves quite a bit of space there. So we'll hit save, and you can get to that on the product template here. Just to let you know, if you wanna have a button here, dynamic checkout buttons, it's not showing up because I don't have them set up yet, but what it does is you have an add to cart and then a buy it now, and that buy it now will switch to whatever the customer most likely will use. That could be Apple Pay, PayPal, Google Pay. So it's best to have that on. We're moving it for this example just to tighten it up a little and make it look a little bit cleaner. So the product landing page is definitely coming along. There are a couple things I do want to add to this, and we're going to be talking about apps that we need to add to make it look a little bit better, and also we're going to be adding an Instagram feed on here as well. To add the Instagram feed, we're going to go exit, make sure you save first, and then we're going to go ahead and go down to apps and then go to Instagram feed. You search this on the App Store. And I like to use this one. It's InstaFeed. They have a free plan available. It's super easy to use. Not sponsored by them or anything. I just like using it. Hit add app, have it in here, click install. Then you're gonna go ahead and click connect your Instagram account. But for the sake of this, I don't have an Instagram account ready to roll. So what I'm gonna be doing instead is going back into the theme and showing you how to actually upload it onto your product page, or add it essentially. So what you do if you want to add the Instagram feed onto your landing page, go back to your landing page or your product page, and then you're going to go down to add section, and then you click on InstaFeed app here, and it will show up wherever you put it in the apps section. So where I normally like to put like the Instagram feed, it's a kind of a nice page break, so I either like to put it in between the TikTok and the description type of Canva image, but it's totally up to you and the design of your website and what looks best. Now, if we had the Instagram link to it, it would show right here, but I'll show you an example of what it actually looks like. Here it is at the bottom here, shop our Instagram, and it basically pulls all of your Instagram images and puts them and aligns them on your website. It looks really nice and really clean, and when you click on it, it'll actually take you to the description of the Instagram post, and you can actually click on the Instagram account if they want to follow you. The next app that you definitely want to have on your Shopify store is some sort of app that you can write reviews on or upload reviews. I like to use judge.me. We're gonna go in the App Store and look for judge.me. That's my kind of go-to one to use. There are a lot of ones out there. You can use Looks. This one just integrates really nicely and it's very easy to use. So you click on this, hit judge.me product reviews, add app to the store. But for judge.me, you also need the installer, right? So there's the review widget, that's the app that you install in your store, and then you also have the installer that pulls AliExpress reviews onto your website. Go ahead and hit install app. Then we're gonna hit add review widget. Let's get started, and then it'll automatically install for you. Do we want these three? One is the review widget on the product page, the preview badge, and the preview badge on the collection page. Yes, I would like to do all of those. I think it looks the best. Now we're supposed to check it on our website to see if it works. All right, so we have it here and it looks like it uploaded it correctly. It just needs to not have these sample reviews, so we'll get rid of those. Now that we installed the widget, we're actually gonna need to install the app that uploads them from AliExpress. Okay, on the Shopify App Store, you're gonna type in judge.me once again, and you're gonna add the second one here, which is the AliExpress reviews. Click add app, and they both talk to each other and link up. It makes it really easy to upload reviews. Hit install. Then we're gonna go on AliExpress and find a Tesla coil speaker with reviews. We're gonna filter by orders. This one has 190 sold, 29 reviews, shipping is good. Okay, let's do this one. So we're gonna take the URL. This is how you upload all of your reviews. Okay, so you take the URL, you copy it, you put import reviews from AliExpress, paste it in there, and then you choose the product that you want to assign them to. So we're gonna do the Zap Music Box. Number of reviews that you wanna import, you can put anywhere from 10 to 30, depending on how many reviews you want to have uploaded. I like to do just in that range, around 20. Let's go with 20 reviews and hit import from every country. Doesn't really matter because you can edit them if needed, if they're in a different language. Okay, now let's go back to check on the apps. Let's see if any of the reviews uploaded yet. Click on manage reviews. Yep, so we've got them here. Let's go ahead and click these and hit publish. And they should populate now on our website. Let's refresh this. The good thing about reviews is you can edit them in here. So you can literally just go into your Judge.me product reviews, hit edit, or you can remove the ones that you don't like. Really just curate your reviews that way. But let's see if they showed up. Yep, they are good to go. The reviews are here, and you can go and change the colorway of this to actually match the theme of your website, but you do have to pay for that with a premium theme. And I just moved around the apps and the image banner because I want to have the reviews at the bottom of the page. I don't want them to be like right in the middle. So you've got the top of the page. I like that first image. It's pretty nice. We got the logo. We've got the reviews. We have 7 reviews in, the quantity selector, the add to cart button. We've got the TikTok embedded video that we already played through, so it's not working. In between these two would be that Instagram feed section if we had it connected. Then we've got the Zap Music little image asset here. And then we've got the customer reviews at the bottom. Subscribe to our email list. Go ahead and hit save. So now we've got the landing page pretty much set up. You can obviously customize it a little bit more if needed. You can add some more branding to it, but this is a good layout to have and good structure. And that's really what I wanted to show you in this video. Now that we've got this set up, we're gonna go to the checkout page and just make sure some other things are set up correctly that you might be missing. So on the checkout page, you want to change this to actually have your logo. So we're gonna go into theme settings, and then you go down to checkout. There's a banner image that you can change and a logo. I don't really add the banner image because it can actually slow down your checkout even more. So we just do the logo here and position left, logo size. That looks a little, okay, small is way too, that was crazy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit large. I don't know why it shrunk like that. Large looks pretty good, hit save. You just want your logo to be on the checkout page. It looks way more branded and it doesn't show up with your website name in like a generic font. And for the coloring of the buttons, you just go back into theme settings, and you do want to make sure that it matches the same coloring on your landing page just so it's not confusing and there's not too many colors on your website. Okay, now we've got that covered. There is another thing that I do want you to make sure that you are aware of that you should be doing, and that is adding the pages and navigation onto your website. You're going to go into your navigation, and then you're going to see here that there is home, catalog, and contact. Click on main menu. So this is the little drop down, or like the hamburger drop down that you can click on. There are certain things that you want to have on here. One thing that you want to have is track your order. So when people purchase from you and they get the tracking number, they can plug it in here and leave you with less customer service headaches. The link for this, it just depends on what shipping you're using. So you can do USPS.com, right? It just depends on what kind of tracking service that you're using. Add that in here. Catalog, make sure that's assigned to all products. On this one, we only have one product. So we can actually change catalog since we only have one to shop now. Or you can change it actually to Zap Music Box. Hit apply changes. We got home, Zap Music Box, contact, track your order. Then that is pretty much all the ones that you're gonna want to have on your drop-down menu. Hit save. And then under navigation, you also want to go to the footer menu and make sure that you add your policies in here just so they're available for people to see. So you could just add shipping policy, type it in like this. And for the link, you would go to policies and you would hit your shipping policy. I haven't filled it out yet, so let's pretend terms of service is your shipping policy. And you would do that for terms of service and the other policies that you have. Go ahead and hit save. All right, so now we've gone through all the settings. We built out the homepage, we built out the landing page. Granted, it's not beautiful and perfect because I didn't pay for all these apps to use them to customize the colors and all these things, but I went through all of the structures and how it should generally look. After all that is set up and you are confident with your website and you're confident on your pricing, you then are ready to run some ads to your website and hopefully start getting some sales either through paid traffic or organic traffic. Now, I hope this video was very helpful in showing you how to set up your store completely from scratch. If you're looking for more advertising strategies or how to make ad creatives, I will have other videos linked down below in the description so you can check those out too. If this video is helpful for you guys, please remember to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.